sometimes I just look at stuff and I'm just like, the fuck are you talking about? And I have to take the minute I need to just breathe and try to understand why people are so dumb. Hi guys, it's Luna and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about that dumbass article about why Korra from Legend of Korra being annoying isn't dumb, apparently. That male characters that do what she does get praise. If you think that, go sit in the corner. That's not true. That's blatantly not true. I read through this article to a point because at one point I had to fucking stop and question my life and what I am doing. And then I saw shit on Twitter and I commented about it. Here's my comment. Here's what I said. But even looking in the replies or looking in the quote tweets of that made me infuriated because dumb people who really believe that it has something to do with Brother Korra's race, what she looks like, or her being a woman is why we hate her are dumb. They're so... Like, I can't express in normal words without spazzing out how I feel with this dumbass thing. So let me explain to you guys. This is gonna be a quick rant. Seething hatred. If you don't know what The Legend of Korra is, it's a show about Korra. I mean, it's literally the sequel to the Avatar. And you know, she basically is on the same crazy, wild adventures that Aang got onto, but worse. She sucks, and she's a spoiled brat. Now, I haven't watched the show fully because I had to stop watching it because I was so irritated with it and bored at the same time. How you get me mad and then bore me out of a show? You know what? That's just my personal opinion on the show. But most people agree with my sentiment of it was either boring, it was shitty, the main character was not redeemable in any way, shape, or form, and even sometimes when she wasn't redeemable, she still ended up being a brat that got whatever she wanted in most cases, and then whined and bitched and moaned a lot of the time. I'm not say got whatever she wanted, but she was a fucking spoiled brat. Let's be 100 here. She was never anything else in this show. And you know, you can not share my sentiments, that's fine. We're talking about me here. This is how I feel. Now, an article came out basically saying why Korra being annoying is a good thing. And basically, to sum it up in my opinion, men are annoying and they're still kind of great. It's because she's a woman and she's a woman of color and we need to be good to her and poor baby. Everybody hates her for dumb reasons and I just don't know why. Like, I don't get it. No. None of that is true. I'm sorry if you couldn't understand any of the ramblings I just said, but none of that is really true. First of all, the argument that if it was a male character or a white character or anything like that, that somehow she would be more liked is a lie. That's an actual lie from hell. It's like, well, the cockiness and arrogance is great on a male character. No, it's not. We don't like the character because they're cocky and they're arrogant. No one likes that person. I think people confuse cocky and arrogant with confident and decisive. Example, D-Luke can be cocky sometimes, he can be arrogant sometimes, but most of the time he's pretty decisive and he just feels the way he feels and is very blunt and confrontational and confident. And when he is an asshole, he's a fucking asshole. And we don't like him because he's an asshole. We like him because he's decisive. He seems really smart and great. Now, if he was just basically like a Weiss. Let's go with Weiss for another example. If he was a Weiss type character, well, actually like Whitley, low key, where they're cocky and arrogant, it's not attractive, like at all. Hell, there were hella main figures in Avatar that were like that. So many, like my eye is twitching on how many I can think of right now. There's so many characters that were shitty, arrogant, asshole-ish, and just like Korra, barely had any redeeming qualities. And guess what? We don't like them either. It didn't change just because of their skin color and or that they were a man. They sucked. For example, with someone like D-Luke or someone like Weiss even, it's different. They have redeeming qualities. Now Weiss, obviously, because we see her character development and she's not so much of a princess like we thought she was. It's more because of pain. See how the backstory and not having to be a spoiled brat throughout the entire show, it somehow makes them people. And decent people at that. They become less of a villain and more of a decent person. With D-Luke, He has a whole tragic backstory. But even if you don't know his backstory, he genuinely wants to help the people. And most of the time, if not a good chunk of the time, he tries to put that arrogance aside and try to be more calculated so he can help the people and protect the people and be a decent fucking person. Sometimes he's not, but there are genuine moments where you realize, oh, that's just a facade that he's putting up because of the position that he's in. But with Korra, it was just, that's just who I am. I just suck. There's no facade I'm putting up, and I'm gonna continue this, or even if there was one, I'm just gonna continue it because I'm a fucking, like, I'm just the worst person. And then plus, low-key, her whole melodrama shit was just like, alright, cool, whatever. It just was irritating. I just wanted to put that out there. But those characters do suck a lot. And even then, most of the time, people don't even like those characters. Even using the examples I was using earlier. D-Luke. D-Luke from Genshin Impact is what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about. But D-Luke is a great example. I don't even know how many people know his backstory, care about his character. The reason people love him so much might be because he's genuinely attractive. Let me say it a little bit louder. He's genuinely attractive. Like, they make characters like that attractive, so at least you can be attractive to their looks and how they look. If you're not attracted to their personality, so they're not just left to the wayside. Because trust me, find a white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed person who's an asshole and they're ugly in a show, you will find something very similar to the reaction a lot of people have for Korra. Their looks do play a big part in it. And even then, with Korra, she has a dedicated fan base. People look past her annoyance and see all the other great qualities in her and just ignore that fucking part. In a weird way, because she's dark. In some cases. Not in all cases, but some people genuinely are just like, well, we want representation for, like, black people. First of all, she's not black. And there's some people that realize that, because there are a lot of people out there that have not realized that she is not black. There are not black people that I know of. She is not black. She's Asian. But even people are just like, we like dark characters, and she's like good representation for people who are of darker skin tones. That's fine. She still sucks. She still sucks. Like, for the main character, the person I'm supposed to be following the entire time, the person I'm supposed to care about the entire show, I want them to be not the best person, but tolerable. So no, her being annoying is terrible. In a writing sense and a story sense, for someone I'm following throughout the entire show, I don't want to be annoyed. That's how I felt about fucking Ezel in Onyx Equinox. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. But that's the reason I didn't like Ezel at first. I'm kind of like warming up to him, but like, I didn't really like him at first. He whined so much and lied to himself to a delusional point. And it just got annoying. And I'm like, if I'm gonna follow this character throughout the entire fucking show, give me something tolerable. Because then I'm not gonna fucking watch it. Because this guy is gonna be on screen 90% of the time. So at least give me some brief, sigh of like, this person has a brain cell. Please, give me that. With Korra, it's the exact same thing. Give me something to redeem her by. And sometimes they did. And I really wanted to be like, oh no, I'm liking her. But either she made me hate her again, the story got boring. There are so many problems with that show that I can't even express because I haven't watched it all the way. So I don't want to be like saying things and it turns out not to be true. But character-wise, from the clips I've seen, from how far I got into it, I just believe that was her character and that's how it was gonna be. It might change during the butt end, but I doubt it. This weird thought that I have to accept a character solely because they're dark, they're black, they look like me, they look like somebody who's a minority, they're a woman, anything like that. That dumbass thought that I have to accept a character for any reason other than that they're a good character is dumb. I like representation. I want that more for whether it's black people, Asian people, dark Asian people, Mexican people, light and dark skinned people, period. I like representation and we all want that. But I don't have to like a character just because of the representation. The representation is wanted, especially in Legend of Korra, because the whole Avatar series period has that Asian representation and it's just so rich with culture that that we all love it. That's great. We love it. Love it. But I don't have to like the show. I don't have to watch the show. I don't have to like the characters. I don't have to care. All I have to do is be like, oh, good for the people who do care. I'm not one of them. If you heard a little clap, that's by me having like a little good for you clap. Good for you. Good for you. I was going to go into really detail, and I did when I first started recording this, but I had to scrap the recording because I realized I sounded like a fucking lunatic analyzing this whole fucking article when it really could be summed up in everything I've said so far. Or at least that's the main point of it. There are a lot of stuff that I could go into about the article, the way they word stuff, what they're saying, how low-key racist it sounds, telling me that, like, Korra's behavior is normal, and obviously darker people who look like this do this, and they're annoying. Like, low-key, that's the vibe it was giving. This whole article, if people really read through it, there are some major problems with how they word stuff, and they don't hear what they're saying, but it's whatever. Defend who you want to defend. It's just, I don't have to like it. And you're not going to shame me or give people even the inkling that they might be hating somebody for their race, so basically being racist, just because this character you like, or this character the network that's paying you likes or wants to push is of a darker skin tone and a minority ethnicity. You're not gonna do that. That's fucking ridiculous. I don't even know who made the article. It could be some random person. It could be like, I don't know. I don't really care. I didn't even really register all of it. Even read through it a second time during this video and wanted to talk about how dumb it was and how dumb I think it is. And fuck the people who are trying to make me or shame other people into liking a dumbass character that sucks ass. She may be not a Mary Sue, like how people think she is, but she sucks butt cheeks. She sucks so much. That's just my opinion, though. Anyways, I'm done with my tirade. I just wanted to say that because it was a dumb article. No, I'll see you guys later. PB.
Just remember this. We could have been Stardust, same world, but